Hello and good evening, friends. You're watching News Sunday, shows how seriously you take what's happening around you and in the country. So let's have an hour of engaging news conversation. Early morning, news broke of the Mumbai police nabbing a suspect in Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan stabbing case, who turned out to be an illegal Bangladeshi infiltrator. The cops claim that the accused has documentation which identifies him as Bijoy Das of West Bengal, while in the court, the accused gave his name as Mohammad Shariful Shehzad before the judge. The investigation is still in early stages and the accused is now in police custody. But if true, then we are looking at a big story with consequences not for Bollywood stars alone, but for the entire society and India's national security. If Mohammad Shehzad is a Bangladeshi, then this is the most serious crime story unraveling in recent memory. From the state, the question is, are our systems so lax that someone can reach right into the high security residence of a Bollywood star, not a commoner? From the society, the question is, are we in our quest for cheap labor compromising with India's national security? These are some difficult questions. Let's have a debate tonight. Headlines first. The accused in Saif Ali Khan's stabbing case has been sent to 5 days of police custody. Court suggests international conspiracy. Mumbai police suspect the accused.
यह आरोपी बांग्लादेशी ओरिजिन का है, ऐसा हमारा डाउट है। इस केस में एप्रोप्रिएट सेक्शंस की वाड़ की गई है और उस हिसाब से आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया जा रहा है।
Mumbai police suspect the accused in Saif stabbing case is a Bangladeshi national. The accused is changing his name again and again. Fire breaks out at Mahakumbh Mela. Tents caught fire, brought under control. No loss of life reported. CM Yogi Adityanath reaches the fire site, takes stock of the situation. Prime Minister dials the CM, inquires about the fire incident.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव की अपनी हार की बौखलाहट से अब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की जान लेने तक उतर आई।
After alleged attack on Kejriwal's convoy, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi alleged that the BJP wants to kill Kejriwal. The party hits back, says are peddling fake narrative. All right, so the debate is said. The accused in the Saif Ali Khan stabbing case turns out to be an illegal Bangladeshi, according to Mumbai police. And if that be the case, there are consequences for us as a society and for India's national security. Let's look at the developments through the day that have happened post that arrest, which Mumbai police announced earlier in the day. Then I come back, the panel of guests on the other side.
Infiltration from Bangladesh has once again become the #1 national talking point after a Bangladeshi national was arrested as the main accused in the Saif Ali Khan stabbing case.
सैफ अली खान पर हमला करने वाला मोहम्मद शहजाद ये बांग्लादेशी है। महाराष्ट्र पुलिस से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि ये जो यहाँ पर बांग्लादेशी रोहिंग्या महाराष्ट्र में जगह जगह घुस गए हैं, अराजकता फैला रहे, उनको एक एक को पकड़कर वापस बांग्लादेश भेजा जाए।
मैं महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी को बधाई धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा और महाराष्ट्र की पुलिस को। उन्होंने 32 टीम लगाकर और अंततः पकड़ा, और कौन निकला? बांग्लादेशी निकला।
Bangladeshi origin of Saif Ali Khan's attacker has prompted unsparing attacks by the BJP on the Aam Aadmi Party ahead of the heated Delhi polls.
पहले दिन से हम कह रहे हैं कि देश में अवैध बांग्लादेशी, अवैध रोहिंग्या देश की सुरक्षा के लिए और दिल्ली की सुरक्षा के लिए खतरा है। और वो जो पकड़ा गया वो भी अवैध बांग्लादेशी है। अब जिन बांग्लादेशियों को पालने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल करते हैं, उनके नकली वोट बनाने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल करते हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल ये तुम्हारा रिश्तेदार है जो पकड़ा गया वहाँ से।
From Jharkhand,
कहाँ से आए आप लोग? हाँ?
बोलना ही नहीं है।
पर आप लोग कब से यहाँ रह रहे हैं?
to Bengaluru. Republic investigations over the years have unearthed various infiltration networks all across the country. As an infiltrator targets one of the nation's biggest superstars, the question remains, when will politicians finally stop using illegals as vote bank to win polls?
All right, joining me in this conversation, Mihir Mishra. He's a senior broadcast journalist, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. And remember, there is a jousting match going on between the BJP and the AAP in Delhi over the issue of Bangladeshis and Rohingyas. He joins us live from Delhi. We also have Kishore Tiwari, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. He's joining us live from Maharashtra. We also have Nikhil Jain, political analyst, typically leans towards the Congress party. He's joining us live from Delhi. We also have Tausif Khan, political analyst, leans towards the Trinamool. He's joining us live from Kolkata. Remember the fact that if Bangladeshis are coming in, they are coming in through borders in either Bengal or Assam or Tripura, and so that becomes important. And then we have Rahul Ishwar, political commentator, leans towards the right, joining us live from Trivandrum. And I want to begin with Mr. Yashovardhan Azad. He's a former IPS officer, former special director of the Intelligence Bureau, and has been Secretary Security in the MHA. And he's joining us live from Delhi. Very good evening to you, sir. If I could begin with you, because I am, setting this debate as a national security question also. Remember, we discussed the issue of Bangladeshis ad nauseum here on this platform and even otherwise in the media. Whenever there is a Bangladeshi caught in a case of crime or even terror, there have been convictions. But it seems now a certain red line has been crossed with an accused identified as an illegal Bangladeshi by the Mumbai police getting inside a high security residence of a VIP, of a star, and carrying out this attack for whatever motive. This is a serious, you think this is a society question and a national security question?
Well, it's totally established that he's a Bangladeshi national. First of all, I think the Mumbai police should confirm it by getting more evidence, as they said, because they don't have anything. I mean, he must be having some kind of, he must have made an election card or a ration card or something or the other, which should actually establish his identity because he's giving different names. However, given the fact that you have stated, I consider it a very serious problem, as you have mentioned. I would call them, these illegal immigrants are a source of great nuisance of the world. And, even a country like United States is doing everything to stop immigration. And one of the reasons where Trump got such a resounding kind of a majority is on the call that he'll throw out all the immigrants. This is extremely important in India because as it is, we have an exploding kind of a population and we can't afford more and more. Now, this has implications for national security because in a metro like Bombay, in a metro like Delhi, where you have a high-profile persona living all over the place, establishments all over the place, then it's a matter of national security which should be looked into very, very seriously. And especially there are 2-3 things I would like to point out. One is the way this man goes only to the 11th or 12th floor means that there has been some kind of an entry which is just not, unfriendly. It's impossible. It's the lack of security, the lack of maintenance, and the careless way in which the high-profile buildings are looked at right now. It's frightening because it implies that in future, a Bangladeshi or anyone coming from Myanmar or Rohingya or anybody can recce the area and enter any place. So in that respect, yes, it's a serious problem. As far as the investigation goes, the most critical thing I would say are two. One is that it's impossible for somebody hanging around in the area for 1 hour and a quarter and nobody sees him while going and nobody sees him while coming back. The entire security establishment, 2 security guards, the watchman, the control room guy who sees all these TV screens, nobody saw him. And that leads to another serious problem, that most of the security guards who are performing in these high-perform buildings, they come to sleep at night because they are moonlighting. They work during the day also. And the second is that establishing this person's recce area, how exactly he found that particular place. These are the two.
Okay, now before I open the debate, because I am told that you were not there for the entire duration of the conversation, Mr. Azad, a couple of more questions in which I would want the viewers to benefit from your experience from your days when you were occupying those important positions in the Ministry of Home Affairs. So for example, after carrying out this attack, the accused has spent almost 5-6 days before he was nabbed. And it's not possible that he would not have spoken to people around him or that he would not have been identified. So obviously there is a support system backing him or backing people like these. So it's not just about one attacker, one accused, one suspect. It is about an ecosystem now that exists in parts of the country which allows people like this attacker to survive with daring even after carrying out that kind of attack. Also, how many of these people could be there inside and why our systems are failing? So for example, the NRC is one aspect, the National Register of Citizenship or Citizens. And then another aspect is what we already have by way of what is called the DPI, the Digital Public Infrastructure, between the mobile numbers, between the Aadhaar card, between the ration card, between the voter card, everything that you mentioned. Is it so difficult to really weed out these illegals, mark them out, and have a database ready to at least bust an ecosystem once something like this, a crime like this happens?
You see, one is a political will, which is extremely important because, for example, any country in the world has a right to have the actual data of its own citizens. And therefore, it is important that every citizen of a particular country should carry a card which enables the authorities to know that he's a citizen. In this particular case, this man has completely escaped the radar because he doesn't have anything. So if he doesn't have anything, and mind you, the border, no matter how much of security you employ, and it's not really to blame the BSF or the state agencies. Of course, there are some aberrations. Otherwise, they're doing a good job. The question is, with this kind of a porous border, how many have entered since 1971? We really don't have a clue. Now, this is a very frightening aspect. Now, if those people have come, many of them have got, facilitated to get ration card or voters card, etc., etc. But people like this are more dangerous because they have completely escaped the system. As somebody says, that many of them just come to Calcutta and take a train and they arrive in Delhi or to any of the high-level metros. Now, the second point which you asked me, yes, there are two kinds of leads in this. One is there are people who have this so-called VIP complex. And this VIP complex, leads them to troll a high-profile VIP or a celebrity, go after him in some manner or the other, so they keep wrecking. The other is, in this kind, there could be a support system which could be outside, and this, of course, will come out during the interrogation.
Right. Mr. Azad, just stay with us. I will take a couple of more questions from you, but I have all the guests joining in, so let me just draw in everyone. And if I could begin with our representative from Shiv Sena, Mr. Kishore Tiwari. I was hearing a soundbite of Krishna Hegde, who's a spokesperson of the Shinde Sena, and he said, our founder Bala Saheb Thackeray was absolutely against illegal Bangladeshis coming into India, and definitely not in Mumbai. Now, as someone who has Bala Saheb Thackeray's name in your party, Mr. Tiwari, what's your position today now that an illegal Bangladeshi infiltrator has been caught in Saif Ali Khan attack case?
Since 2014, BJP is in power at center, and in state last 3 years and earlier 5 years they were in the power. And how many Bangladeshis are in Mumbai? I should say Azad Sahab, I think around 1 million Bangladeshis are there. And if you look at the Bangladesh population has decreased 6% in Muslim population. So these people have been infiltrated. Not only Mumbai, a small taluka places in Maharashtra there are Bangladesh. So let us have a survey. Let us have a infiltration check as Trump is doing it. And I think around 6 crore Bangladeshis all over the India are there. So such type of hostile environment of giving citizenship, providing Aadhaar card, then giving ration card should be stopped. I don't want to do any politics. I am of the opinion that all Bangladeshis in Mumbai and Maharashtra should be returned back. If Didi wants, she should keep it. But I am of the opinion, let us have a national campaign to identify the Bangladeshis and the Rohingyas. We do not want such a hostile atmosphere because Trump is suffering a lot, and the Saif Ali Khan survived. That's a great thing. Otherwise, he would have been killed by an illegal immigrant. So, Azad Sahab, the immigrant, the BJP has provided the shelter, is the former president of Bangladesh. She should be sacked first. Let us keep an example and ask all the people out of India and ask the Hindus in Bangladesh to come replace them. Let us make a campaign like this. Why are you doing politics? Why are you blaming Uddhav Thackeray? If you have got any documentary evidence that Bangladeshis, we have provided the shelter.
Mr. Tiwari,
prosecute us. We have prosecuted Abhishek.
I did not politicize. I only took the name of your party, which is Shiv Sena Uddhav Bala Saheb Thackeray, which has Bala Saheb Thackeray's name.
Abhishek, in Mumbai, I told 1 million Bangladeshis are there, and BJP has opened Bangladeshi cell for BMC election. And this is the truth. So they are because they are legitimate people. They are holding an Aadhaar card. They are having an election card. They were having a ration card. And Delhi and Mumbai is the significant problem. But throughout India, Bangladeshis, they have and this is due to, in Southeast Asia, hostile democratic condition. Okay. On humanity ground, we have to take a decision. But it should be legitimate. Okay. It should be legitimate.
Let me just...
Abhishek,
let me just fact check.
You open it.
Yeah,
you
okay.
open it.
I listened to you. I listened to just one fact check. You know, BJP has not sheltered Sheikh Hasina. It is India which has sheltered Sheikh Hasina. She was Prime Minister.
She should be sacked. I am of the opinion.
No, listen.
She should be sacked.
She is sheltered by India. She was Prime Minister, democratically elected Prime Minister of a friendly country. You know, there is a regime change that has happened in Bangladesh.
A country which we helped create.
Yes, and that's a wrong position you are taking, Mr. Tiwari, I believe. on Sheikh Hasina. But let me take this to Rahul Ishwar. Though Kishore Tiwari says that let's not do politics on this, and he is actually taking a very typical Shiv Sena line that all Bangladeshis should be thrown out and there should be no politics about it. But he is still indulging in some politics, saying, "Oh, BJP is also doing this. This has happened during last 10 years of the BJP regime." The Bangladeshis have been coming in, as Mr. Azad said, since 1971.
We are talking about a topic that needs very, very nuanced positions, that needs surgical precision, which is multi-layered, complex and multi-dimensional. We should be very responsible while we air some statements. Earlier, it was beautifully articulated by Yashwardhan sir, rightly pointed out that even in US, it's a huge problem. Donald Trump, in spite of all the drawbacks he has, came back because US people are concerned about their well-being. So it's a thing which needs to have nuance. One, Sheikh Hasina is a friend of ours. Bangladesh is a space or a nation which we help to create, India as a nation. And neither BJP, it is India who is hosting, the former Bangladeshi Prime Minister who was democratically elected, and there was a coup. Please remember the coup, those people who came to power are not very India friendly. We have seen many Hindus being attacked. So let's have nuance regarding this. Yes, India is a place of Buddha and Gandhi, and we should be welcoming people. At the same point of time, infiltration is an absolute no-no. Yes, India is a space for all, but infiltration is a different ball game altogether. It is illegal, anti-national, it has security implications. Infiltration is something we should strongly resist.
Ishwar, talk about Anjanda Surdi pattern.
We should have...
In Maharashtra, one small town has got 20,000 Bangladeshi.
Which town?
Anjanda Surdi pattern.
Which
in
Amravati district town. Okay, but Mr. Tiwari, the fact is that in between there was your government also for 3 years. Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister. What was done?
If you have a documentary you done, prosecute our home minister. I don't have an objection.
So those 20,000, are you suggesting those 20,000 in Amravati came after Uddhav Thackeray stopped being chief minister?
These are allegations. Last 3 years, BJP is in the rule. They should have sacked it. Why are you blaming the old government?
No, I'm not blaming anyone. The last thing I want is blame game. In fact, I want that there is a constructive conversation that happens tonight, so that cutting across the political divide, there is understanding of the seriousness of the situation, which was underscored by Mr. Azad. But I'll come to you, Mr. Azad, once more. But before that, let me get in Tausif, because Tausif, remember, Tiwari ji jo hai aaj panel pe, he's your ally, and he's saying, if Didi wants to keep them, please keep them. We want to evict them from everywhere else in the country. You think that in Bengal, because remember, this accused also has on his documentation...
Aadhaar card from Bengal. Aadhaar card from Bengal.
Yes, Aadhaar card from Bengal, Tausif. So what's this about Bengal and illegal Bangladeshis, Tausif?
Look, right from when the trouble in Bangladesh started, the central government, the BJP central government has adopted one policy which Mamata Banerjee had very initially stated that she supports the decision of the center, she will not come in the way. However, in January, this month itself, Mamata Banerjee publicly said that BSF is allowing the murderers from Bangladesh to enter India. And that is where she has registered her protest. Whatever the approach of central government is, we cannot forget that the person who has been accused also has a name, Vijay Das.
Yes.
Police is very clear that his name is also Vijay Das, and that the police the preliminary report suggests that he is a Bangladeshi. So what is the central government, what is the Home Ministry doing, what is the BSF doing? In the name of religious persecution, we cannot open our border and allow these goons and these murderers to come to our country. And
religious persecution? What religious persecution
it is understandable initially India
allowed what religious persecution are you talking about? The one identified as the attacker?
In the name of...
The one identified as the attacker is Muhammad Shahzad, the one attacked is Saif Ali Khan. What religious persecution are you talking about?
Does, the dirty politics for which we are paying price.
What religious persecution are you talking about,
The dirty politics that BJP government is doing and opening the border.
Okay, it's not BJP government, and you have already blamed BSF, which is not the right thing to do. We have seen pictures coming in of the BSF Jawans at the vanguard of stopping these illegal Bangladeshis coming in. You know, and Tausif, maybe you are disconnected with your own people on the ground, because we have done just today.
There is a question against Amit Shah.
Tausif, listen.
What is he doing?
Tausif, listen. Just today we have done, our sister channel Republic Bangla has done a story.
First of all, don't talk like a BJP spokesperson.
No, I'm not. I'm not. It is even you and me, because no, I'm not defending the BJP. I'm defending the BSF. Listen to me.
Do not talk like a.
I am defending the BSF. BSF is not BJP.
You are talking like a BJP spokesperson.
I am not talking.
You are getting irritated the moment I raise a question against the boss of BSF. What is BSF doing?
No, I am not. I am defending the BSF. I have to defend BSF. They are. Listen to me, Tausif. No.
These goons are entering from Bangladesh and creating havoc in our country.
Thank you so much for admitting that they are goons.
We are not
that they are delinquents.
And you please
that these are illegals.
BJP spokesperson.
See, I did not
BJP
blame.
Answer this.
Tausif, listen.
What is Amit Shah doing?
Tausif, listen.
Why BJP?
I am coming to you. Listen, Tausif, listen. Tausif, listen. Mr. Azad has to go, Tausif.
Crossing the border.
I have to get a question to him once more before he leaves. Tausif, listen. I am not blaming Bengal.
This person who has been arrested, his name is Vijay Das as well. Police has said it.
Okay, now listen. You see, I am not blaming Bengal police.
His name is Vijay Das as well.
Okay, I'm coming to that.
Just by changing the name, it is easy for anyone to cross the border.
Okay, I'm coming to.
It has become so easy that they forge a document, they change a name, they keep a name Vijay Das, and they can enter India.
And it happens in Bengal.
Come to.
And it happens in Bengal.
How can they enter India?
Okay, listen.
What is our BSF?
I don't want to blame Bengal. I don't want to blame Bengal. Tausif, don't get defensive. Tausif, don't get defensive. I'm not blaming Bengal or Bengal police or even Mamata Didi, for God's sake.
Guarding the border.
Okay, listen. If I'm not blaming Mamata Didi, then why are you so
questioning the role of Amit Shah? I'm questioning the role of BSF. What are you saying?
Okay, you are blaming, you are politicizing. I am still not. But listen, you see, I was defending the BSF because just a while back in the opening comments, Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, who's an experienced person, you're talking about MHA, he has been in the MHA, he knows the insides of this system, he knows how it works. You know, from the time that somebody illegally enters any part of the border, not just Bangladesh and Bengal.
Yes, how it works.
But anyway,
they opened the border.
So listen, okay, now, so the point is.
Just when the trouble started in Bangladesh, they opened the border.
Okay, now that's a political blame you are putting in. I'm not getting into it. I'm saying it's a national security question. I was defending the BSF. They are doing fantastic job. And in that context.
How else are they coming? Please explain.
I was quoting.
Where are they coming from?
That an expert like Mr. Azad would explain. But just the point I was making that today only we have done a story from Bengal on the ground where along with the BSF Jawans, the local people there, the citizens, the residents of Bengal, your state, Bengalis, they are working in a manner that they can stop this infiltration.
The man
it's a society
arrested,
issue.
his name is also Vijay Das. Just by changing
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. He has identification of Bijoy Das, and then there are some connections which have unraveled. Remember, in the court before a judge, he has identified himself as Muhammad Shehzad. Right? So which means that the document he is carrying as Bijoy Das is fake and illegal and forged. Now let me go to Mr. Azad before he has to go. I'm coming back to you.
You change your name and BJP government will allow you to cross the border.
I'm coming back to you. Bijoy Das's forged document is made in Bengal where Trinamool is in power.
BJP government will open border for you. That is what it establishes.
अरे बाबा आधार कार्ड तो बॉर्डर पे नहीं बनता है ना आधार कार्ड तो बंगाल में बना है बट एनीवे आई एम स्टिल नॉट पॉलिटिसाइजिंग आई वुड वांट नॉट टू बट मिस्टर आजाद you see the fact of the matter is that again ultimately it comes down to BSF guarding the borders, and as Tausif said that from BSF Jawan at the border to the MHA and the Home Minister, you know, how is the system working that these people are coming in? Bijoy Das alias Muhammad Shehzad has not come in recently. He has been around for about 5-7 years, of which about 5-7 months or 8 months have been in Mumbai, which means he has been freely moving around the country. He is an illegal. He has managed to get those documents. You were talking about, you know, getting EPIC or the voter card or the ration card. But the fact is, once one document is had, maybe just a mobile number, and then you can manage everything. And it's not just about Bengal. Maybe Bengal is the entry port for majority of illegal Bangladeshis, but maybe Assam, maybe Tripura, other places. You know, so Mr. Azad, something needs to be done.
See, as I told you earlier, this trickle of immigration which is coming, this and infiltration or whatever you want to call it, illegal immigration has been started in the 1970s, and this process has been on. And in the entire setup which we have, there are, of course, touts on both sides. They make cards. They make, in fact, there are women putting sindoor and, disguising themselves and then also coming this side. This has also happened. Now, the question is, when they are coming this side, there are institutional mechanisms. For example, I'll tell you, a particular place where this cattle is being exported. This is being put across the border for the last 350 years. And the villagers there say that the country has now been divided, but this has been our tradition for the last 300 or 400 years. What I'm trying to say is, even the best army, the best border force will not be able to stop immigration completely. And especially the border. I have been to even the Sundarban side, where if you're going by a canoe, there is a thin strip of river, and this side you can make out the people on the Bangladesh side, and this side on the Indian side. There might be aberrations, there might be some corrupt BSF officials, that's true, but BSF by and large is doing an outstanding job. I mean, we cannot sort of say that they're doing a bad job, and it is not in their interest to allow anybody from across the border. And no home minister or no even the state chief minister would give an order like this, which is totally illegal and anti-national. So in that respect, it is not true. The other thing what I'm trying to say is that yes, there are systems within we have to make ourselves very, very strong. For example, in Delhi, where there is a flood of these immigrants, in all the metros they are going there. And mind you, you'd be surprised to know that when there is a drive, even the people from the high-rise buildings, you don't allow, because they say that these Bangladeshis are working
cheap labor
to maid servants, to security guards. So they have sort of got ingrained into the system. That is one of the most serious problems. But the last point which I like to make is that it is extremely important to throw out illegal immigrants. There has to be a system now by the various state governments where they go through proper screening and see that the only Indian citizens are there.
Mr. Azad, one last question before I let you go, because you are saying throw out, but it's not like, throwing a cow out of a yard, It's about 5 or 6 crore people who have already come in. Is it practical to throw them out?
No. I'm talking about those who cross over immediately. They can be again taken to the border. But definitely about these 5 and 6, there has to be a process. I'm not going to go into that Assam tribunal and, how the institutional mechanism has been working, how Supreme Court has got into it. But every state seriously has to think about this, how they are going to apply themselves and laws to do something about this immigration.
Okay. Now let me get in the 2 other panelists who have not been able to. Thank you so much, Mr. Azad. I believe you have to leave. If you can stay, fantastic. But if you're going, thank you so much for joining us with that perspective. But let me get in Nikhil Jain and my other panelist also on this in this conversation, Mihir Mishra. And you see, Tausif, I'll come to you in a bit. I have a couple of questions of you, but I have to get in Nikhil Jain and Mihir Mishra also, because both are joining us from Delhi, and Delhi is in the midst of a hot debate on the issue of Bangladeshi illegals, because there has been a drive going on for the last 2 months by Delhi police, and about a dozen or more Bangladeshis have been deported, and the work is progressing. Now, interesting thing is, in fact, Mihir, if I could begin with you, just today Delhi police issued 3rd notice to one of your MLAs, Mohinder Goyal. I believe he is an MLA from Bhavana, if I recall correctly. And despite 3rd notice, like 2 earlier notices, he has not sent his staff to cooperate with the investigation so that the police can identify those who were given some kind of certificate by the MLA's office for them to get ration card, Aadhaar card, etc., so that ultimately they could get a voter ID card.
Abhishek, actually, you know that he's going to decide this next CM, who is going to rule Delhi again on 5th fifth half Delhi is going to vote. So unfortunately, the way BJP is handling all the things, a lot of things are going on. So they are going to politicize everything. What about, if you are BJP President Mr. Jagannathan Nadda, Mr. Nadda said Rohingya, Bangladeshi, Rohingya, Bangladeshi, Rohingya, Bangladeshi. Then again, Aam Aadmi Party raised serious questions. Okay, who allowed them? They crossed, so many states. They came to Delhi. Who is responsible? So nobody is there to answer. Now this incident which happened in Mumbai, what happened there? Police is still not sure whether that guy, whatever his name, is he a Bangladeshi or not?
Police, I think, is sure, Mr. Mishra. Police is saying that he has
Abhishek,
identification of Bijoy Das.
We should reject fact because you just played the bite of whoever was the police official there. He said that we have doubt, serious doubt that he could be a Bangladeshi. He is a Bangladeshi, that is not sure.
I can tell you what. So, you are right. Let me just add some facts to it. That soundbite that we played is from about 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Remember, this arrest has happened at around 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. And subsequently, this man has been in the police custody for a good 8 or 10 hours also. Plus, the documents that the police recovered from him, based on which later in the evening they have informed the court that they actually not just have doubts, but they credibly suspect that this man is a Bangladeshi. Remember, in the court, while
even if he is a Bangladeshi,
while the Aadhaar card says Bijoy Das, that's a giveaway. Listen, that's a giveaway. His Aadhaar card says he's Bijoy Das, but in the court he himself said that he is Mohammad Shehzad. So obviously, that is enough of a giveaway that if he was Indian Mohammad Shehzad, he would not want to convert his name to Bijoy Das to work in Mumbai, because he's attacking the house of Saif Ali Khan.
But now question remains that, Abhishek, who is responsible, border security? Is it Home
We have discussed that. You have sort of dodged my question. See, for the last half an hour, we have already discussed who is responsible for border security, who is responsible for Aadhaar card, who is responsible for getting him to Mumbai. There is a cartel working, there is a gang working. No, my question was about Mohinder Goyal. Can you answer that? No, my question was about the Aam Aadmi Party MLA Mohinder Goyal, who is refusing to cooperate with. Mohinder Goyal is responsible. He is refusing to cooperate with the Delhi police. 3 notices sent to him. He's not sending his staff to answer some questions of the Delhi police.
Home Ministry has no answers. Home Minister has no answers.
Arey Baba, before you reach the Home Minister, at least speak to the DCP of the area who's petitioning the Aam Aadmi Party MLA for an answer as to by what system, by what mechanism have they given these certificates to these people, which the Delhi police suspects them to be Bangladeshis for getting a ration card or an Aadhaar card.
That is different, and the Delhi situation is very different actually. You cannot connect the dots actually. They are 2 separate cases, Abhishek. You need to understand that also.
No, I'm not understanding.
Abhishek, should I add something?
Tiwari ji, I'm coming to you. Please explain, Mr. Mishra. What are you trying to make me understand?
I want to make you understand that the incident which happened in Mumbai, that is different. And
I did not even ask anything about Mumbai to you. I said we have discussed Mumbai for about 40 minutes now. I am discussing Delhi now. Let me get Nikhil Jain in this. Nikhil, I really wish we can rise above, those political affiliations, and can we take a nationalistic, holistic view of what is happening, what is ailing, But for the fact that this is Saif Ali Khan, such a big star who has been attacked right inside his residence, there is a clear crime story, and then there is a larger story which I am focusing on tonight. The crime story we have discussed with all its aspects, with all the lapses, with the fact that there are loopholes in the story of the victim himself and his family. Remember, things are not really adding up insofar as what the victim family of Saif Ali Khan is telling, as also, of course, the police. But the fact of the matter is, Nikhil Jain, that if this suspect is a Bangladeshi national, then we are looking at a more serious situation. And in the context of Delhi, we have seen resistance coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party on the issue of deporting whatever number of illegal Bangladeshis Delhi police has been nabbing?
Abhishek, I've been very silent on the debate for the past 40 minutes. I hope I get to speak a minute and a half without any interjections. There are a number of points I want to set in place. And I'm going to take a very fair perspective. I'm not trying to don the Congress hat, the BJP hat, Aam Aadmi Party hat, anything. I'm just putting the facts in perspective. So first of all, when we talked about the nuances and lapses in the crime itself, what I remember was Mr. Azad very conveniently shifting the blame on some private security guards of a private residential complex, on some people, on somebody, instead of talking about the fact that the law and order in any state is the responsibility of the police, in which, in the case of Maharashtra, where Saif Ali Khan seems to does reside, it is the Home Minister of Maharashtra, who happens to also be the Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis, the BJP leader. When we talk about borders being infiltrated, border security comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs of the Government of India. That is Amit Shah, BJP again. We are now talking about the fact that the person who's attacked Saif Ali Khan, first identified as Bijoy Das, which seemingly is a Hindu name, but now later on went in court and identified himself as a Bangladeshi Muslim. How did he get that Aadhaar card? That is again under the Government of India, the BJP. Now, if you talk about the fact that this person is indeed a Bangladeshi Muslim, see, I'll tell you what, as a lawyer, I can tell you, police in this state, in the entire country, not just Maharashtra, but in the entire country, are known to beat up accused, to say things that they would rather not. I don't know whether this person is a Hindu or a Muslim or a Bangladeshi or whatever. What I know for a fact is that law and order in the city of Mumbai is in absolute shambles, that somebody can break into an apartment of a movie star and attack him like that, that a Y category security protectee like Baba Siddiqui could be shot in broad, not daylight, but before everybody, and that was not long ago. What we should rather be questioning instead of Bangladeshi immigrants is the deteriorating law and order situation in the state of Maharashtra. And also, since a lot of people seem to think that Bangladeshi immigrants and Myanmarese immigrants are a really big threat to national security and increased crime, let me tell you the numbers from the National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB report of 2022. In India, 0.036% of crimes are committed by foreigners. That includes all countries, all sorts of crimes. Most of them, by the way, are drug crimes. Now, my friend Tausif, I can see him nodding his head in disagreement, but if he's saying that NCRB, which again comes under the Government of India Home Ministry, is lying, then I'm not sure what to say. Now, in terms of borders and how porous our borders are, let me tell you one last fact before I end. One last fact before I end. India shares a 4,100-kilometer border with Bangladesh.
Abhishek, I would like to have it.
I'm coming to you, Mr. Tiwari. I'm coming.
Other than West Bengal, all of them being ruled by the NDA or the BJP. Myanmar ke sath we have 1,643 kilometers of border. All of these states are ruled by the BJP or the NDA. So if there is anybody to blame from any angle, it is the BJP. I don't know how they are trying to skirt the shame and put it on some Bangladeshi or Myanmari.
Okay, you got your 1.5 minutes, but you very smartly used to sort of weave in a narrative that, if at all infiltration is happening, it is all to be blamed at the doors of the BJP. And you began by saying that it is not to be politicized, but you did exactly that. But Mr. Tiwari, see, you want to come in. I'm again trying to retrieve it from politicization, but unfortunately, I'm not succeeding. You wanted to come in, Mr. Tiwari.
Yeah, if you look at the economical condition and political instability in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, and Myanmar and Sri Lanka, there has been a lot of immigration, illegal immigration, and total immigration to be around 12 crores. And this is the fact. So India has to protect themselves. How you allow such hostile condition to work? So we have been here to discuss this national issue because of the Saif Ali Khan's that accused is a Bangladeshi. So there have a larger discussion. So there should be a mode of giving unique identification with much more in-depth inquiry. And such illegal immigrants should be asked to go away. But this will be happening again because of the unstable environment in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and because job opportunities are very limited.
Yeah.
These people These people are not able to cross any, like UK, Europe, US or UAE also. They cannot take a job like this. There are now they have made a stringent application for these people. So Bangladeshis are getting easy entry from that Agartala route and all these things. And now, Mir Shah, this is a fact. You will have to, Mir Mishra, you will have to admit that Bangladeshis are making impact over political result of assembly elections.
Yeah.
So is the impact. One has to admit it.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, Mr. Tiwari, you really hit the nail on its head. Meher was really dodging the question. The fact of the matter is, yes, illegals come in.
It's not about dodging, Abhishek. It's only about.
If you're not answering, if you're not answering or dodging, then answer me. Answer me. Why is Mohinder Goyal not cooperating with Delhi police? Give a straight answer.
Nobody wants to avoid the political votes.
It's just.
Where is the Bangladesh or Pakistan?
Let me go to Tausif now. Tausif. Okay, bear with me. Tausif. There is a joint secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs, Tausif. Listen to it carefully. The name of that joint secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs is Ratna Biswas, and she is also a former Jila Panchayat president in Bengal's North 24 Parganas. And on November 25 or 23 of 2023, she said, she was heard in a tape saying, many Bangladeshis live in this area. If those who have come here from Bangladesh face issues in getting their names on the voter list, they should contact Zakir Bhai. Zakir Bhai seems to be some deputy secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Of course, he's also the local Panchayat Samiti leader. So, if I want to politicize, I can politicize it that way. That fine, illegal Bangladeshis are living, but who's giving them voter ID cards? The political parties. In the case of Bengal, it might be Trinamool. In the case of Delhi, it might be Aam Aadmi Party. In the case of Karnataka, maybe it could be Congress. But there is
in
Maharashtra Congress Party or whatever.
Maharashtra BJP is giving.
BJP is giving. Okay, let me say. Okay, BJP is giving. Trinamool is giving. Aam Aadmi Party is giving. Congress is giving. So it is a political problem.
It is
Yes, Tausif.
It is the Election Commission of India which issues the voter ID card, which is controlled by the central government, not by Trinamool. Now, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, in an administrative review meeting just 10 days ago, had said that the BSF is letting people enter through Islampur, Sitai and Kuch Bihar and other places. She has specifically
why you think BSF is doing that? Please explain why the BSF would do that.
Worded letter to the central government. Why I'm saying yes, I'm saying this. Because it is the Chief Minister of West Bengal who is saying this in an administrative review meeting, and she also mentioned that she is going to write a letter to the central government. Now this is a problem. Unless the Home Ministry addresses this problem, unless the BJP addresses this problem, we are going to face this. We are going to face the consequences of this. Therefore, for God's sake, I say, please do not do any politics over this, which means first accept that there is a problem and then you work on the solution. As simple as that. Just by changing a name, anyone can cross the border because the government of India perhaps has a soft approach towards them in the name of the troubles in Bangladesh in the recent days. The government of India, the ministry, the foreign ministry may adopt any policy. The Mamata Banerjee has said from the day one that she will support the policy of the...
You did not answer my question, Ratna Biswas, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs.
People of India. If these policies allow the goons to come to India and murder people like this, then we are not going to tolerate. We are going to protest.
Okay, Rahul Ishu wants to get in. Tausif, you did not answer my question on Ratna Biswas, but Rahul Ishu wants to come in. Rahul Ishu.
Quick submission. Usually, it is attributed to Benjamin Disraeli when he says there are lies, damn lies, and statistics. So just by equating in a 140 crore nation, the percentage of issues created by illegal migrants, we are going to do a statistical fallacy. Let us be more open and honest about it. For example, in my home state of Kerala, nearly 5 million, that means 50 lakh migrant laborers are there from various parts. A good percentage of is from the Bangla origin. But they are well integrated into society. Our Kerala government takes care of them, take notes of them, has some documentation. So yes, we need to have those people who are good people document their way, but we shouldn't let goons come in. We shouldn't let antisocial elements come in. So we need to have a calibrated approach. This approach is missing. So beyond politics, it's up to the various governments, including the West Bengal, including the government of India, including policy makers to sit together and formulate a plan so that we avoid the unnecessary elements. At the same point of time, we open our hearts to all, but not to be contaminated by anybody coming from outside.
Abhishek, I want to add one
kind of a mature approach.
Okay, Mr. Tiwari.
Abhishek, Tosif, Ishwar and Mihir and Nikhil both. I think having seen the seriousness of the issue, I suggest that Bangladesh, Burma, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Pakistan, Afghanistan should be merged with India only. Because that is the only solution that the Akhanda Bharat will solve this problem. Because
we might have Akhanda Bharat, but Mr. Tiwari, Shiv Sena would not be winning the way it wins. In whatever pockets it still wins, But
the BJP would want that because that will probably be a 50% Muslim nation if indeed we have an Akhand Bharat.
No, but on a serious note, you see, Nikhil, the fact of the matter is that the manner in which this was dangerously sought to be politicized, the issue of attack on Saif Ali Khan, from earlier the Congress party picking it up, trying to couch it in a law and order situation, but giving opportunity to the likes of Fawad Chaudhry in Pakistan to say, Muslim Bollywood star is being targeted. Earlier Salman Khan was targeted. This is something which is sinister. This is something which needs to be tackled. And, you just can't be politicizing it the way you did, Nikhil, just a while back.
Abhishek, it has to be. If I don't hold my police and my government accountable for law and order in my city, who do I hold accountable? Do I hold accountable Abhishek Kapoor because he's talking about it? Or do I hold account Sheikh Hasina who's sitting in a Lutyens bungalow by the pleasure of the
Would you not hold to account people who are making those voter ID cards for these people? I mean, can we hold accountable the person who facilitated Mohammad Shehzad to get an Aadhaar card in the name of Bijoy Das in wherever in Bengal?
Who runs the Aadhaar department, Abhishek? It is the government of India. And again, my problem is primarily with the fact that somebody has been stabbed inside their house. I would have been as enraged about it as I am right now had it been an Indian citizen who did it. Had it been some Bangladeshi immigrant, had it been a Myanmari immigrant, I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that people in my city, in my state, in my country are not safe, and that falls squarely on the BJP.
Maybe then, maybe we can begin with Mohinder Goyal, the Aam Aadmi Party MLA. It would be a good beginning if the Aam Aadmi Party MLA responds to the third notice that the Delhi police has sent him and cooperates with the investigation, even if we send those 5 or 10 Bangladeshis or Rohingyas back, deport them. It would be some movement forward.
The elections. That's why this all kind of allegations.
I am inviting Mr. Mohinder Goyal to come and have a conversation with me. It's not about targeting anyone. I'm just purely going by the Delhi police notice and the fact that it has been given third time. I have run out of time. I have myself run out of time on this. Thank you so much, Tosif. Thank you so much, Nikhil Jain. Thank you so much, Rahul Ishwar. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiwari. And of course, Meher for joining us in this conversation. As we come to the end of this news wheel, let's record and summarize with Note Assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Okay friends, here's the summary of what we have discussed last 50 minutes. The arrest of a suspect Bangladeshi illegal in Saif Ali Khan attack case has opened a Pandora's box on our society and national security. If we have to be on the right side of history, we need to make sure that the society speaks in one voice on the issue of illegal infiltration. No illegal alien has right over our resources of our country. Those are for citizens first and citizens last. Let there be no politics on this issue. And let's have a national register of citizens to make sure no illegal Bangladeshi can live in India anymore. All right, there you have it. The precise reading of the news in a simpler format using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. We'll be back with headlines in a few minutes. And of course, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Super Prime Time Max with Arnab Goswami is back.
उस दिन सनसेट देखने छज्जे पे चढ़ा, टूट गया।
हाँ, तो किसने बोला घर की दीवार पे रॉक क्लाइंबिंग करने को?
सफीना बदतमीजी।
समझ गया। मेरे पास आप दोनों की प्रॉब्लम की मेडिसिन है। इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university in the recently released Education World Rankings. A testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked standards in education.
Bite on the rundown.
But Deepak, it's in Hindi language.
Don't worry, we'll do real-time translation with interpreter.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university in the recently released Education World Rankings. A testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked standards in education.
Fire breaks out at Mahakumbh Mela, tents caught on fire. Fire brought under control. No loss of life reported. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath reaches a fire site, takes stocks of situation. Prime Minister Modi also dials Yogi, inquires about the fire incident. The accused in Saif Ali Khan's stabbing case has been sent to a 5-day police custody. Court suggests international conspiracy.
यह आरोपी बांग्लादेशी ओरिजिन का है ऐसा हमारा डाउट है। इस केस में एप्रोप्रिएट सेक्शंस की वाड़ की गई है और उस हिसाब से आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया जा रहा है।
Mumbai police suspect the accused in Saif stabbing case is a Bangladeshi national. Accused is changing his name again and again.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव की अपनी हार की बौखलाहट से अब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की जान लेने तक उतर आई है।
After alleged attack on Kejriwal's convoy, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi alleged that BJP wants to kill Kejriwal. BJP hits back, says AAP peddling fake narrative. Amid the probe into the stabbing of actor Saif Ali Khan, a big political face-off has erupted after the police said they have reasons to suspect that the arrested accused is a Bangladeshi national. The BJP said the claim over his nationality underlines the need for a crackdown against Bangladeshi intruders in the country. Meanwhile, the accused, who identifies as Muhammad Shariful Islam Shehzad, was remanded to police custody for 5 days. We get you this report for all the latest in the Saif stabbing case. Take a look.
The probe into the stabbing of actor Saif Ali Khan reignited the larger debate around the illegal crossovers of Bangladeshis and concerns around the demographic shift. This after the police said they had reasons to suspect that the accused was a Bangladeshi national who had been sheltered illegally in the country. Amid the suspicion around the nationality of the accused, the BJP said it only underlines the need for an all-out crackdown on illegal Bangladeshi settlers in the country.
मैंने चेहरा देखा और हाव भाव देखा, हमने कोई हिंदुस्तानी की ये करामात नहीं हो सकती। आज सच निकला है कैसे वो बांग्लादेशी घुसकर 2:30 बजे रात में चाकू से वार करता है।
पहले दिन से हम कह रहे हैं कि देश में अवैध बांग्लादेशी, अवैध रोहिंग्या देश की सुरक्षा के लिए और दिल्ली की सुरक्षा के लिए खतरा है। अब जिन बांग्लादेशियों को पालने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल करते हैं कि सैफ अली खां पे हमला करने वाला जो पकड़ा गया है उससे किस किस के तार जुड़े हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल खुलासा करें।
The BJP also called for immediate identification and repatriation of all Bangladeshi intruders in Maharashtra.
महाराष्ट्र पुलिस से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि ये जो यहाँ पर बांग्लादेशी रोहिंग्या महाराष्ट्र में जगह जगह घुस गए हैं, अराजकता फैला रहे हैं, उनको एक एक को पकड़कर वापस बांग्लादेश भेजा जाए।
Meanwhile, in a wheel swipe at Uddhav, Shiv Sena leader Krishna Hegde said Saffron stalwart and founder of the undivided Sena, Bal Thackeray, stood against infiltration of Bangladeshis into the country.
Not only should the accused be punished severely, but also there should be a crackdown on all the illegal Bangladeshis who are staying in our country.
The arrested stabbing accused, who was identified as Muhammad Shariful Islam Shehzad, was remanded to police custody for 5 days. Republic learned from sources that the accused changed his name after crossing into India illegally and took a job at Saif's residence as his housekeeping staff. Significantly, the court made a telling observation after the accused was produced, stating that robbery was not the only motive for the crime. As the probe gathers steam, the leads seem to be pointing to an international plot behind the stabbing incident.
After the Aam Aadmi Party alleged an attack on the party's national convener Arvind Kejriwal by goons hired by his poll rival Parvesh Verma, the BJP hit back, accusing him of faking an attack on himself to draw sympathy from voters. Parvesh Verma, meanwhile, also claimed that Kejriwal's car rammed 3 unarmed civilians who only wanted to meet him. Take a look at this report for more details.
The Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP came out throwing punches at each other a day after the alleged attack on Arvind Kejriwal. Addressing a press conference earlier today, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi claimed that the BJP sent goons to kill the AAP national convener going into the Delhi Assembly polls.
हमला हुआ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के गुंडों द्वारा हमला हुआ। सबने वीडियो देखा और इतने बड़े पत्थर से उनकी गाड़ी को मारा गया कि अगर वो किसी को लग जाता तो वो जानलेवा हो सकता।
Not stopping at this, Atishi, who is seeking a fresh term from the prestigious Kalkaji Assembly segment, said the goons who attacked Kejriwal's car were no ordinary BJP supporters but wanted in murder cases.
ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सधे हुए गुंडे, सधे हुए क्रिमिनल्स हैं और अगर ऐसे लोगों को अरविंद केजरीवाल जी पे हमला करने के लिए भेजा गया जिन पर डकैती और मर्डर और कल्पेबल होमिसाइड के चार्जेस हैं तो ये बिल्कुल साफ है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव की अपनी हार की बौखलाहट से अब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की जान लेने तक उतर आई है।
Dismissing the AAP charge, veteran BJP leader R.P. Singh accused Kejriwal of faking an attack on himself in a desperate ploy to evoke sympathy from voters.
उस वीडियो में ये भी दिखता है कि ड्राइवर ने पहले ब्रेक लगाई, फिर किसी ने कहा उसको कि आप गाड़ी चलाओ। उस गाड़ी में अरविंद केजरीवाल बैठे थे और 2 लोगों पर, 2 भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं पर गाड़ी चढ़ गई। अभी दिखता है कि सत्ता दिमाग में चढ़ गई है और उसके चलते हुए अब दिल्ली के युवकों को भी रोंदा जा रहा है। अपेक्षा करते हैं पुलिस पूरी जांच करेगी। मुझे जानकारी मिली कि उनको हॉस्पिटल में दाखिल किया गया है। पुलिस पूरी जांच करेगी, उनकी एमएलसी कराएगी और जो भी लोग दोषी हैं उनको सजा मिलेगी, उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए।
Meanwhile, countering the AAP charge, Parvesh Verma, Kejriwal's BJP rival from the New Delhi seat, claimed that his car rammed 3 jobless youth who wanted to meet him.
सीएम की गाड़ी, जो यहाँ के आरोपी है पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री, उनकी खुद की गाड़ी ने तीनों को टक्कर मारी जिस गाड़ी में अरविंद केजरीवाल खुद बैठा था। और तीनों लड़कों ने एक ही स्टेटमेंट दी है कि जब वो ड्राइवर ने देखा कि हम उनकी गाड़ी के आगे हैं तो ड्राइवर ने ब्रेक मार दिया था, मगर उसके बाद अरविंद केजरीवाल ने इशारा किया कि गाड़ी चढ़ा दो। उसके इशारा करने के बाद में ड्राइवर ने गाड़ी को आगे चढ़ाया और तीनों को पैर में चोट लगी।
Citing a statement by one of the injured youth in hospital, Verma said the youth merely wanted to speak to Kejriwal, but he motioned his driver to drive on. He said Kejriwal's driver slammed the brake after the youth approached his vehicle, but the former chief minister asked his driver to keep moving.
पहले ड्राइवर ने ब्रेक मारा था, लेकिन जब हम तीनों खड़े हुए थे फिर ड्राइवर को वहाँ से इशारा दिया गया। जब ड्राइवर ने हमारे ऊपर दोबारा रेस देके गाड़ी चलाई हमारा, तब जाके रोहित भाई हम तीनों। नहीं सर, हमने कुछ भी नहीं करा। मैं गया था वहाँ पर, रोहित भाई थे, हम अपना आंचल लेने गए थे, मेरे को नौकरी की बात करनी थी, तो इतने में उन्होंने बातचीत कुछ नहीं करी। हमने गाड़ी रोकी थी, इतने में उसको ड्राइवर ने गाड़ी चुका दी।
Meanwhile, one of the injured youth claimed they were hit deliberately. Even as the battle for Delhi gets ugly and charges fly thick and fast from the 2 warring camps, the big question is, will the AAP's latest attack claim on Kejriwal wash with voters?
While we keep tracking the latest from the National Capital Assembly elections for you, let's also get you a quick check on news from across Bharat in just 2 minutes. Take a look. Olympian shooter Manu Bhakar's grandmother and uncle died in a road accident today. The accident reportedly took place around 9 a.m. on Sunday at the Mahendragarh bypass road when the scooter that Bhakar's relatives were travelling was hit by an SUV. Bhakar's grandmother and uncle died on the spot. The car driver fled the scene after the accident. Mumbai police caught 5-day police custody of the accused in the Saif stabbing case. The arrested accused was identified as Mohammad Shariful Islam Shehzad, a Bangladeshi national. Significantly, the holiday court observed that robbery was not the only motive behind the stabbing incident.
रिमांड में पुलिस ने ऐसा बताया है कि वो बांग्लादेशी है, इसके लिए उनको लग रहा है इंटरनेशनल।
परिवार के लोग कहाँ पर है?
यहीं पे है।
कहाँ पर? क्या किसी ने आपसे संपर्क किया है? कितने सालों से वो यहाँ पर रह रहा है?
उनके जो पर्सन हैं जो उनको करना चाहते हैं, उन्होंने मुझे संपर्क किया है। संपर्क करके मैंने आगे उनका सब।
Over 1,500 nominations have been filed for the assembly elections on 70 constituencies of Delhi, scheduled to be held on the 5th of February, according to Election Commission of India. Nomination papers have been filed by 981 candidates for 70 seats of the Delhi Assembly. A release quoted Delhi's Chief Electoral Officer as saying a total of 680 nomination papers were filed on the last day, which was on the 17th of January. The Bangalore Metro Rail Corporation Limited is all set to go for significant fare hike, citing increasing operational costs. According to BMRCL sources, the hike would be somewhere between 30 to 40%. This comes close to the heels of the State Transport Department increasing bus fares by 15% across all categories. After Republic questioned the Ministry of External Affairs regarding the tragic death of Binil Babu, a 32-year-old from Kerala who lost his life while serving in the Russian frontline, 3 individuals have been arrested in relation to the human trafficking ring on whose alleged victim Binil was. Watch our report to know more details on this.
After the Ministry of External Affairs confirmed the death of a Malayali man, Binil Babu, on the front lines of Ukraine-Russia war.
It was a very unfortunate death. We conveyed condolences to the family. Our embassy is in touch with Russian authorities so that his mortal remains could come back to India as soon as possible. Regarding the other gentleman who was injured, he is receiving treatment in a hospital in Moscow. Our embassy is in touch with him and also his in regard to his welfare and well-being with the Russian authorities, and hopefully he will also be returning India soon after his treatment is completed.
3 individuals have been arrested from Thrissur in an India-Russia human trafficking nexus. Sandeep Thomas, Sumesh Antony and CB, all natives of Thrissur, were arrested for allegedly recruiting youths to Russia with promises of high-paying jobs, but instead trafficked them into military service. The accused have been charged under the Immigration Act, human trafficking and cheating. The arrests followed a complaint filed by Binil's wife and Jan TK's father, Korean. Binil and Jan travelled to Russia with the hope of working as electricians and plumbers. However, upon arrival, their Indian passports were confiscated and they were subsequently deployed to the war zones as part of the Russian military support service. Binil lost his life despite several appeals to consulate, while Jan is undergoing medical treatment in Moscow after getting injured in the war. What remains of Binil are now his mortal remains that his family has been requesting and begging the MEA to bring back. The question remains that why did the MEA not react timely on Binil Babu's multiple appeal to repatriate him? Binil Babu is just one of the victims of the rackets luring job aspirants with fake promises. As a deep nexus is uncovered, the exact number of individuals involved in this racket is yet to be determined.
After declaring a war on the Indian state, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi found himself in the throes of yet another controversy. This comes after a video clip from a Congress event in Patna purportedly showed Rahul waving at party supporters while the national anthem was playing in the background. Take a look at this report.
Not for the first time, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has hit the headlines for all the wrong reasons. The BJP has shared a video where the opposition leader in the Lok Sabha is purportedly seen waving at Congress supporters while the national anthem is being played in the background. The purported clip is from a Congress event in Patna. The BJP came out all guns blazing at Rahul, saying that attacking and denigrating symbols of national identity and pride has now become a habit with him.
भारत के संविधान का अपमान, भारत की सेना का अपमान, भारत के मैप का अपमान, भारत के तिरंगे का अपमान और अब भारत के नेशनल एंथम का अपमान, यही राहुल गांधी की पहचान। जिस प्रकार से राहुल गांधी ने नेशनल एंथम को इंसल्ट किया है, ये कोई पहली बार नहीं है, ना ये आखिरी बार है, पर ये उनकी मानसिकता दर्शाती है। अभी तो उन्होंने कहा आई एम फाइटिंग इंडियन स्टेट। इंडियन स्टेट मतलब क्या? इंडिया की इंस्टीट्यूशंस जिसके खिलाफ वो अनर्गल बातें विदेशी धरती पर करते हैं।
The Congress, meanwhile, came out in Rahul's support while dismissing the BJP's charges. The latest controversy comes close on the heels of the firestorm over Rahul's remark at the opening of the new Congress headquarters that he was at war against the Indian state.
If you believe that we are fighting a political organization called the BJP, that we are fighting a political organization called the RSS, you have not understood what is going on. The BJP and the RSS have captured every single institution of our country. We are now fighting the BJP, the RSS and the Indian state itself.
A massive fire broke out at the site of the ongoing Mahakumbh in Prayagraj today. Emergency responders and firefighters were scrambled to the site as soon as the word of the fire reached them. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath arrived to take stock of the situation. Meanwhile, speaking to reporters, Mahakumbh DIG Vaibhav Krishna said the fire has been brought under control, adding that there was no loss of life. Take a look at this report that gets you all the details into the fire that broke out at Mahakumbh.
Panic gripped devotees after a massive fire broke out at the Mahakumbh Mela in Prayagraj today. The fire broke out at Sector 19 of the tent city in Prayagraj and soon got bigger. Dramatic visuals showed leaping flames engulfing several tents before firefighters rushed in to launch dousing operations. Visuals also showed devotees and seeds being moved to safety as firefighters and emergency responders battled the blaze. Initial probes suggest that a cylinder blast may have caused the fire. Speaking to the reporters, Mahakumbh DIG Vaibhav Krishnan said there was no loss of life in the fire, adding that the blaze was now under control.
There is no loss of life. Loss of property has been there. Kitna hai? It is being surveyed, and there is no loss of life. There is no injury as of now. But we are surveying the area, whole area. Karan kya hai? We will find out in the inquiry. Abhi for the time being, our priority is that everyone is safe.
According to eyewitness accounts, 70 to 80 huts and 18 tents were gutted in the fire. According to officials, 15 fire tenders were pressed into service to douse the leaping flames. Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath arrived at the scene to take stock of the situation.
यहाँ जो कैंप थे वो जल करके खाक हो गए हैं। हालांकि जान माल के कोई नुकसान की खबर नहीं है। मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ खुद यहाँ पर पहुंचे हुए थे और यहाँ पर पहुंच करके उन्होंने जायजा लिया, क्योंकि मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ का आज यहाँ पर दौरा था और ऐसे में सीएम जब यहाँ पर पहुंचे हुए थे प्रयागराज में, तो उन्होंने यहाँ पर आकर के भी स्थिति जानी है कि आखिरकार क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, आग पर काबू पा लिया गया है। हर तरफ आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ एसडीआरएफ और एनडीआरएफ की जो टीमें हैं वो नजर आएंगी मुस्तैदी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also dialed CM Yogi to inquire about the blaze. The fire has been brought under control now and there has been no loss of life reported yet.
US President-elect Donald Trump arrived in Washington, D.C. ahead of his inauguration on Monday. Visuals picked up Trump waving at supporters before boarding the Air Force One from Florida, along with First Lady Melania Trump. Ahead of his inauguration, which has been shifted indoors for the first time since 1985, Trump is scheduled to hold a Make America Great Again or MAGA victory rally, while also attending several galas to celebrate his resounding comeback win. Here is a detailed report on that. Take a look.
Fireworks lit up the skies across the United States ahead of the much-awaited inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. Trump, who wished to take oath as the 47th United States President, landed in Washington, D.C. along with incoming First Lady Melania Trump. Visuals picked up the real estate tycoon turned politician waving at cheering supporters before boarding the Air Force One along with Melania. In a big scoop ahead of Trump's inauguration, a report claimed that he is likely to sign 100 executive orders on day one, which will be a record in the United States presidential history. Significantly, Trump's inauguration has been shifted indoors for the first time in 40 years since 1985. Even the traditional parade down Pennsylvania Avenue has been changed to an indoor event owing to the biting cold weather. He's also scheduled to hold a MAGA or Make America Great Again victory rally with his supporters inside the Capitol One arena on the eve of his inauguration. Continuing the tradition of past president-elects, Trump will attend service at the St. John's Episcopal Church. Trump will address his supporters again before heading to White House for the signing ceremony. Tech moguls Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg feature in the guest list for Trump's inauguration. As Trump returns to the Oval Office, it remains to be seen if he unveils his tariff plan on his first day in office.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
We have a commitment for our brothers. We have a commitment for our sisters. We done our utmost and we brought home the majority of the hostages. But 98 of them are still there.
The new year with Creta Electric. With driving range up to 473 kilometers per full charge. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.9 seconds. Fast DC charging in just 58 minutes. And an 8-year battery warranty. Electric is now Creta.
We have a commitment for our brothers. We have a commitment for our sisters. We done our utmost and we broke.
Customer is looking more at body styling of cars which are more SUV and crossover driven than what was the case in the past.
But next 10 years are ours. So the market is going to grow exponentially and it will explode.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic couple of days Republic Business and Republic Auto have had at the Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025, which is being held over 3 locations in NCR as we speak. What's been put together this year from the exhibits to the aspirations to the footfall has been mind-blowing. The mega event is likely to see a footfall of 5 lakh people over 5 days at a time that India